we have found ourselves in a place of disorientation. The world that gave us a sense of order and reliability has been shaken. The scriptures, especially the Psalms, are filled with not just praises of God, but cries to God of pain and anger, fears and despair. Some of those psalms are laments only. Some are just praise. Some are hope for when life will return to a sense of order. And some are all three. Our scriptures this morning were thoughtfully chosen by Kevin's grandmother, Marianne Cram. And our first reading is Psalm 23. It's a psalm for times of order and times of chaos, and for when God has brought us again to a place of peace. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. A reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 15. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I call you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you, so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love one another. The end of John's Gospel reading. Jesus came to show us, indeed, what God thinks of us. And what he showed us was that God cares for each of us. So much so that Jesus healed the sick, he fed the hungry, he challenged greedy economic systems. He cried out and wept in the face of suffering and death, that of all people. But even his own. The life God has given us is precious. Every life matters to God. He wants us to know that, but he also wants us to know that death is not more powerful than God, and that the hope of eternal life is God's to give, and he desires to give it to all. He came that all might have life. Until that time, Jesus wants us to love one another. And this is the way he wants us to do that, in these words of Matthew. That abundant life be made available for all. A reading from Matthew 5. Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets, even who were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people put a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father who is in heaven. The end of Matthew's Gospel. As I look out into the sea of faces, I see the life and the light of Christ shining. Here up front, we have the Christ candle, but it is not lit. Each of us have gifts. And I am wondering if there is someone here today with a lighter who would be willing to come forth and let their light shine, that all may see the light and be reminded. round of applause.